Today we are talking about 4.9, which is fractions and percentages. So we've already looked at what percentage is or what percent means, but I just want to revise that again. So percent means out of 100. So when we're looking at percent, it's telling us how many parts there are out of 100. For example, 37% means 37 out of 100 or 37 over 100. Or 0.37. Now, there's some ways you can make life easier for yourself is by memorizing these percentages. These are the common ones that are used, and if you memorize these, then you'll automatically know what the fractions and percentages equal to. So, for example, 1/2 is 50%. So 1/5 and 1/5 is 20%. If you know these sorts of things, it will make it easier for you and you'll just understand straight away what's happening and we won't have to work it out because you know it already in your head. So please write this down and make sure you try to memorize these if you do not already know them. Now, when we're converting percentages to fractions, there's only 2 steps. So we're changing the percent sign to a denominator to a denominator of 100, so the denominator is 100, and then you're converting it, if you need to, into its simplest form. So you may even only have one step. So let's have an example of this. So we've got 17%, so that just equals 17 over 100. And that is its simplest form. We can't go any further down than that. So I'll give you another example, 36%. So that equals 36 out of 100. Now obviously these are both even numbers, so we can take that down a bit further. So we know 4 will go into both of these numbers, so 4 9s are 36, so if we're dividing by 4. And there are 4 25s in 100. And that is its simplest form. Alright, you may also get something like 140%. So that's 140 over 100. So obviously that's more than 100% because 140 is more than 100, but we still break it down into its simplest form. So we know that 20 is the highest common factor for this. So 20 into 140 is 7. 7 2s are 14, so 7 20s are 140. And then we know that there are 5 20s in 100. Now we just still need to break that down and make it into a mixed number. So that's 1 2/5. Alright, so that's converting percentages to fractions. Now we're converting fractions to percentages. So we know a little bit about this already. So when we were dealing with decimals, we looked at this. So we're converting fractions to percentages by using equivalent fractions. So the first step is to convert the denominator to 100 using your knowledge of equivalent fractions. And then you write the numerator as a percentage because it's out of 100, then therefore the numerator will be the percentage. So let's do an example. This is pretty easy. So this fraction we know, so 5 over 100. Well, that's already 5%. We know that. It's out of 100, 5 out of 100, 5%, because percent means out of 100. Now if we had something that wasn't out of 100, we would have to convert it to hundredths. So for 25 we actually times it by 4 to get to 100, so we have to do the same to the top. So 11 times 4 is 44, and therefore it is 44% because it's now out of 100. Alright, so when we're converting fractions to percentages, we can also multiply by 100. So this is something you can do all the time if you want. So I'll show you some examples. But don't forget to simplify. Now if we have something like 3/8, we just times it by 100%, which is 100 over 1. Now here I can actually cancel out. So looking at the diagonals, I can cancel out 8 and 100. They're both even numbers. So I know that 4 will go into both of these numbers. So 4 2s are 8. 4 25s are 100. So then I can multiply 3 times 25, 75. And 2 times 1 is 2. And so then I need to divide 75 by 2. And I know that's 37 with 1 left over. So the answer is 37.5%. Alright, now your turn. Please pause the video and do these yourself. These will be pretty easy, but just don't forget to put them into their simplest form if you have to. Alright, so this first one, so converting the percentages to fractions. So 49% is obviously 49 over 100, and we can't break that down any further. That is its simplest form. Now this next one, 120 over 100, and obviously it can be divided by 20. So 120 divided by 20 is 6. 100 divided by 20, we know it's 5. Then we still need to write it as a mixed number, 1 and 1/5. So 120% is 1 and 1/5 as a fraction. Okay, the last one, 15% is 15 over 100. So then obviously it can both be divided by 5. So we need to convert this into its simplest form. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. 100 divided by 5 is 20. So the answer would be 3/20. Alright, I hope you did alright with that previous one. Got some more for you to convert. Now if you can convert these fractions to percentages. So we're using equivalent fractions. Well, the first one's pretty much done for you. I'll give you the hot tip. So please pause the video and have a go at these. Alright, so the first one, that's pretty easy. It's already out of 100, so it's 8 out of 100, which is 8%. Now the next one we have to convert to hundredths. So 20 times 5 is 100, so we have to do 7 times 5 is 35. Therefore, so 35 out of 100 is 35%. Now 15 over 5 as a percentage. So we can convert this to hundredths. So 5 times 20 is 100. So then we have to do 15 times 20, and that is 300. So now it's in hundredths. We know that 15 over 5 is actually 300%. I hope you got them right. And if you didn't, I want you to understand why you didn't get them right. Alright, last one. Please pause the video and convert these following fractions to percentages by multiplying by 100. Alright, so we're going to multiply by 100. We're using our knowledge of multiplication of fractions. Alright, I'm just having a look to see if I can cancel out, but I can't cancel out with this one. So I'm going to have to multiply 4 by 100 is 400 over 7, because 7 ones are 7. Now, I'm happy for you to use a calculator for this. So you need to divide 400 by 7 to work out what it would be. So it's actually 57 with 1 left over. So 57 and 1/7%. Alright, these are a bit trickier, these ones. Now we're going to multiply this by 100. Now I can actually cancel out this one, these ones here, because they're both divisible by 5. So 5 into 15 is 3, 5 into 100 is 20, 4 times 20 is 80, 3 ones are 3. Okay, then we need to work out what we can divide this by. So, I don't know, it's 26. Because I've used a calculator. Okay, and then there's 2 left over. So it's 26 and 2/3%. Okay, the last one. Again, I can cancel out. So 5 ones are 5, 5 20ths are 100. Now, to use a calculator for this one. 21 times 20 is 420 over 1. Okay, so that's 420%. Alright, hopefully you did well, and if you didn't get some right, please make sure that you understand why.